We have seen conflicting reports about the performance of the Ukrainian Air Force's MiG-29s. Some claim these aging aircraft have managed to hold their own with clever tactics, while others suggest they are overwhelmed by Russia's air superiority. The losses they have suffered are often not only from direct air-to-air combat, but also from sophisticated surface-to-air missile attacks. However, there is new hope. The promised delivery of the far more modern and advanced F-16 fighter jets has opened a new chapter in this conflict. We know that the MiG-29 is a Soviet-era fighter jet with a design that is decades old. On paper, it is far inferior to more modern Russian fighters like the Su-35 or even the Su-30. They have older avionics, limited radar capabilities, and much shorter air-to-air missile ranges. Logically, the MiG-29 shouldn't be able to survive. However, this is where the genius tactics of Ukrainian pilots come in. Unable to compete directly in the air, they rely on survival strategies. The most common tactic they use is flying extremely low, beneath enemy radar coverage. They exploit terrain contours and civilian infrastructure to hide from detection. These operations are not about epic dogfights, but about denying the enemy air superiority and launching surprise attacks. In short, Ukraine's MiG-29 operations are living proof that modern air combat is not always won by the most advanced aircraft, but by the smartest and most adaptive pilots. They are not fighting to dominate the skies, but to prevent those skies from falling entirely into enemy hands. More importantly, drones have emerged as highly efficient killers. Cheap and easily produced kamikaze drones have become lethal weapons, targeting armored vehicles and critical infrastructure. On the other hand, more advanced drones, such as Ukraine's Bayraktar TB2, have demonstrated their ability to destroy Russian air defense systems and tanks from a safe distance. However, the drone war also exposes new vulnerabilities. The F-16 is an extremely valuable aircraft, and bringing one down would be a major victory for the enemy. The presence of small, inexpensive drones or even drone-based air defense systems could pose an unexpected threat to advanced fighter jets. This is a fascinating blend of the old and new eras of aerial warfare. Sophisticated manned fighters like the F-16 may spearhead operations, but their success will depend heavily on how they interact with the ecosystem of drones that now dominates the battlefield. With its more advanced radar, the F-16 would have a significant tactical advantage. It can fly higher, detect targets far ahead, and launch BVR beyond visual range missiles like the MROM, forcing enemy aircraft to react. This is a highly effective standoff tactic. The F-16 can also serve as the eyes for ground units, thanks to its superior navigation and targeting capabilities. Ukrainian MiG-29 pilots, by contrast, must rely on very different tactics. They often have to fly low to avoid enemy radar detection and depend on information from ground-based command centers, essentially ground-based AWACS, to build their situational picture. Battles must be brought into close range, where the MiG-29's maneuverability can be exploited. However, this is extremely dangerous, as it puts pilots at high risk. The F-16's APG-68 radar is vastly superior to the MiG-29's AN-019. This advantage gives F-16 pilots far better situational awareness, detection range, and the ability to engage targets from a safe distance. It is the difference between seeing and not being seen, between firing and being fired upon. But war is about more than just specifications. Pilot skill, tactics, and intelligence support all play crucial roles. The arrival of the F-16 in Ukraine will not simply replace the MiG-29, it will transform the way Ukraine fights in the skies, giving them the tools they need to challenge the enemy far more effectively. Since the Russian invasion, the MiG-29 has been Ukraine's aerial shield. Outdated in technology and far inferior to modern jets like the Su-35, this fighter still endures. The secret lies in tactics. Ukrainian pilots fly low, using terrain and buildings to hide from radar. Their mission isn't to dominate the skies, but to make sure Russia never does. The MiG-29 has even been modified to fire American-made HARM anti-radar missiles, a capability it was never designed to have. The F-16 arrives with the advanced APG-68 radar, able to see farther, fly higher, and strike from a safe distance with MROM missiles. The difference is like hunting with binoculars versus hunting in the dark. But technology is only a tool. What truly matters are skill, tactics, and intelligence. The MiG-29 has kept Ukraine's skies from falling. With the F-16, the hope is not just to hold the line, but to take the skies